How we looking, Val? Time wise, that good?
Crushed it.
Hell yeah! What's up, everybody? This is I Love Improv with Trent Dozier. I'm Trent Dozier. Thank you for joining us live on twitch.tv/the Trident Network, or maybe it's in the future and you're listening to this on a podcast. However you are coming to us, thank you for being here. As always, I cannot hear the music that you're hearing, so I'm just, dancing, trying to fill the space. So it's fun. It's fun for us on this end. I hope it was fun for you over there. And also, you might have heard me say what's up to her already. If you could now say what's up to her in the chat, please say hi to our technical support, Val Agnew. Hi, Val.
Hi, Trent.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm great. I was enjoying your dance moves very much.
Yeah, I'm trying to switch it up every week. I feel like last week I was a lot of head movement, so this week I tried to do mostly shoulder stuff.
It was great shoulder work.
Thanks. I would say okay shoulders. Well, thank you for joining us live. Those of you who are here right now, as I said, you're watching on twitch.tv/the Trident Network. I Love Improv is, of course, a part of Trident Network. We are a part of the streaming branch of the Trident and also the podcast branch of the Trident. If you are a subscriber to the Trident Network Twitch channel, you can use the Trident Network mascot, the party dolphin, as an emoji. Wait, is that right? No, what is it called?
It's an emote.
An emote. In the chat, if you're one of those members, Val, why don't you throw in some party dolphin claps? Show everybody how sweet those look right now.
Consider it done.
Thank you. Val, anything else about the old Trident Twitch that the folks need to know before we get into it this week?
No, just that you can be a subscriber at no cost to yourself if you happen to have an Amazon Prime subscription. And I'm putting a link with a couple quick instructions right now in the chat if that interests you.
Hell yeah. If that interests you, please check it out. We love our subscribers. We love our followers. We love fans of all walks of life of the Trident Network. And I think that's it. Let's get into it. Are you ready to go, Val?
Heck yeah.
Okay. As always, we're going to do some improv. We're going to talk about some improv. But I can't do this show alone outside of Val, who is my technical support. I need some improvisational help. And this week I am joined by someone who I simply adore as a human and as an improviser. They bring so much light when they're on stage. I'm gonna give them a lot of compliments, but I'm gonna get them on screen first. Please welcome my friend, my teammate, Zoe Agapanin.
Yay!
What's up, Zoe?
Oh my gosh, not much, Trent. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Couldn't do the show without you. So you are arguably more important, more integral than I am to this next hour that we are about to embark on. Zoe, thank you for being here. Happy to have you. Some people may know, some people might not know. Zoe and I were on a team together in Chicago. Zoe is still in Chicago. I have since moved to beautiful Burbank, California, where the sun is hot and the internet is spotty. But we were on a team together in Chicago at CIC Theater called Fair Dinkum, which Zoe is still a part of, and I am a part of in my heart.
You're still a part. You're still a part of it.
Thank you.
You respond a lot still.
Yeah, I'm still active in the group chat. I like to keep tabs on my friends, see what's going on. But that was predominantly where Zoe and I got to play together. And for me personally, Fair Dinkum, one of my crowning achievements in improv, I would say. And Zoe, you are a huge part of that team. You are the spark of the team, which leads me into me telling you what I like about you as an improviser.
Okay.
before I get into that, for everyone watching along, if you would like to throw suggestions into the chat for a scene you would like to see, maybe this conversation between Zoe and I right now will help maybe inform the suggestion you want to give. And as a reminder, we would like a suggestion not of something simple like a pocket watch, but of, something set up a scene you would like to see, such as Zoe is a pocket watch salesman and I am a lonely schoolboy trying to purchase a pocket watch from her, something like that, something better than that. Maybe this conversation will help inform you in that way. Zoe, here is what I like about you as an improviser. As I said, I feel like you kind of radiate light, radiate energy. You are, I was thinking about it this afternoon. I think you might be the improviser I know who plays with more heart than anybody else. I feel like you're very good at being wild and silly and goofy, but push comes to shove. In a show that you're in, heart will always shine through, especially towards the end. You're also very good at like putting a perfect bow on a show. And I think it's because you are such a powerful player with your heart, and you can put on these ridiculous sequences and characters and all these things, but at the end of the day, no matter how out there something is, you make everything feel real and make the audience care about that, because of your heart, and because you care about what's going on. You don't just let something be funny to be funny. You make everything matter. And I think that's very important as an individual improviser, but I think it's also super important as to have someone like that on your team. And like I said, on Fair Dinkum, I think you are that person, and I feel like our shows would suffer if you were not on that team. And I also think you've made all of us better improvisers in terms of us playing with our hearts as well. But like I said, you can also get silly and goofy, and I love that shit too. You're very physical. Two people on Fair Dinkum have ever had their pants rip open in the middle of a show, and one of them is Zoe and the other one is me. So we also have that in common. We go hard on the stage, you could say. Zoe, do you agree with that assessment? What do you think about all that?
Wow, it was really nice. I think I do agree, because I think I I like to give things like the weight they deserve.
Totally.
And even though it's like a silly fun show, if something like serious happens, I think that like treating that like the way that I'd actually as a human react to that is like important to me. I think because I began as more of an actor than like a comedian. And so yeah, that I think it's really nice to you to say that you feel like it's like heart. But I think I'm like an emotional little baby. So in my own life. So I think sometimes I bring that to like my own art too.
Yeah, I'm glad that you do. I think more people should play with the heart that you do. I think you giving stuff the weight that it deserves is the best way to describe it. And I love that. I love playing with you. And speaking of that, we about to do some improv right now. Also, if anybody's looking for something else, Zoe also loves Disney Channel. So with all that being said, can we please get a suggestion of a scene that you would like to see Zoe and I do? As always, there's about a 20 or so second delay between what we're saying on the screen to what you're hearing. So, I'll just fill a little time right now. And also, as always, if we don't get a suggestion from the audience, we'll get a suggestion from Val. We've done it before. I'm sure we'll do it again. Val, how's everything looking?
Well, we do have a pretty stellar suggestion.
Oh, wonderful.
It happens to be from a person you know. So I'm just waiting to see if anyone else gives a suggestion. But this is a really good suggestion. So part of me is hoping that no one else says anything.
Okay.
All right. I think it's been sufficient
Great.
amount of time.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to read it verbatim.
Okay.
Who's the suggestion from, though?
Nia.
Former
Hi,
guest
Nia.
and current lover, Nia D'Amelio.
All right.
Love it.
Have fun with this one. After being turned away from the gates of Disneyland due to fake tickets, Trent and Zoe, who are friends, regroup and reassess in a bakery in downtown Disney.
Oh my God. Okay, that's
Wow.
incredible.
That
Highly
is
specific.
All right.
Insane.
Have fun.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I thought the guy who sold them to me seemed very legitimate. If you saw his jacket, you would have also thought he was legitimate. Like, this was like his jacket was like real leather. It was like a real leather jacket. And they felt real. They felt real in my hand. Didn't your ticket feel like it had the weight of a real ticket as well?
Yeah, I guess it felt real, but I guess I wouldn't have believed anything. Like, if you had given me any piece of paper, I would have just like really hoped that it was real.
I thought it.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I really just, it was too good to be true. Honestly, it was just way too good to be true. Of course it didn't work out. Let's just enjoy being at this cafe.
No, you know what? Cassidy, this is your 30th birthday. We're getting you inside of Disney.
Can you say it quieter?
It's not bad. It's not bad that you're turning 30. That's not a bad thing. That's an achievement.
But I don't look 30 yet, so let me live it.
People used to die in their 20s. It's a modern miracle that we can even make it to 30 now. Okay.
Yeah, but the human body is not supposed to live past a certain age. Like, your knees just give out. I feel like that's why you have pains. It's like your body is like begging to be put in the ground, but we won't let it anymore.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's pretty morbid way to
That's
look
what my
at it.
physical therapist told me when I hurt my knee. So they're the doctors.
Okay, well, what I'm hearing from you is that we only have one life to live. So let's get our little asses inside of Disneyland today.
It's okay. Honestly, it's good enough just to hear the music.
No, it's not good enough. I could hear the music on Spotify when I'm sitting on the shitter. I want to be inside of Disneyland riding the Matterhorn with you on your 30th birthday today.
You already paid for the VIP experience, and we're already out like a lot of cash.
You don't need to worry about the cash. I'll handle the cash situation. You don't have to pay. In fact, I'll reimburse you for your half of the birthday present that I bought for you, which ended up being these fake tickets. Okay? Don't even worry about that. We're getting a free Disneyland day. It's you and we're getting a free Disneyland day. Yes, you and me, we're going to sneak in. I'm going to go online right now, and I'm going to look up ways to sneak into Disneyland, because we're not the first people who have ever tried to sneak into Disneyland before.
Okay, but put it on private browser just in case.
That's smart. That's smart. They have eyes and ears everywhere. Okay, let's see. Ways to sneak in to Disneyland. Okay, here's the first one. There's a cast member entrance behind the new Star Wars Galaxy Edge. If we walk around back to that side, we can just walk in with the cast members. This is saying just as long as you act like you should be there, you should get in, no problem. But I think we'll probably need like a badge or something.
I feel they'll have very specific wardrobe that they wear.
Well, yeah, I think eventually, but like, do you think people come to the park dressed as Really?
Yes.
The
Yes.
the mascots too?
Yes, you had to enter with your wardrobe dress. That's what I heard from all my friends in high school.
Wait, what about like if you're playing Goofy?
Oh, well, you mean when you're friends with Goofy?
No, what if you're the person? What if you're the
No.
person inside the costume?
You're not allowed to say that. You have to say you're friends with them.
I
That you know them. You can't just say that you
Okay.
put on the costume. It's like so scary.
I know,
There are kids and
I know, but I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about us right now. And I'm
I know,
worried
but you
about
should
us.
be worried about the people around us too.
I'm not. I don't. If they don't know that that's not. None of the mouths move. That's not realistic.
They
None
do
of them.
now. The new ones they move.
What?
I've seen it on TikTok.
That's horrifying.
Well, and they blink too.
Well, I feel like they always had blinking capability.
Did they?
I thought so.
I just thought that it was new.
I one time I had a friend who we'll say was a friend of Goofy.
Mm-hmm.
He was playing Goofy that day. He was dressed as Goofy. And me and my brothers were running around all day trying to find him. And anytime we saw him, we would yell, quote unquote, his name. But it's not, it's not his name. We can't, so we couldn't like acknowledge. But anyway, we did find him. We got a picture with him as Goofy.
You could tell it was him.
Yes,
So
because
cool.
he told us. No, you couldn't tell it was him, but he told us he told us he was going to be inside of Goofy that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've never had that experience before. That's so cool.
It is cool. I know someone. Oh my God, that's who I should text. I'm going to text James Arroyo right now.
Ask him if he has any more of his free tickets for the month or whatever.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, I used to come here in high school all the time.
I know.
And it was different. Everything's different now. And it feels crazy to be here as an adult. But, want to be a kid. Oh, I want to be a kid so bad.
I know. I understand. And I think I can help you by getting inside to Disneyland. So I think we should just, I texted James Arroyo. I haven't talked to him in about 12 years. So I don't know if he's going to respond or not. In fact, I don't think he's playing Goofy anymore, or I don't think he's a cast member at all. But I think if we try the thing where we walk around out back, just act like we know what we're doing, walk in, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
Huh?
we just walk in. We just we just walk in time for work, you guys.
Clocking in.
Yeah. I feel like my number, what's my ID number again? 832497.
Uh-huh.
That's my ID number.
My fake my real ID number is 8675309.
No.
Is that too many numbers or too little?
No, I don't know. I feel like people know that might be a fake number. But maybe they'll think it's funny. And they'll think
I'm joking.
Yeah.
They'll think I do remember my ID, but as a joke, I'm saying it's 8675309, like
yes,
the song.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey everyone! After this, I'm gonna go back home where I live.
Because we live locally. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is why we work at Disneyland.
Why would I work here but live somewhere else?
That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense. I live here.
Maybe at the most I live in like LA and I have to do like a 30 to a 60-minute commute. But it's all Southern California. Like I'm not living far away.
This could work.
That's what I could
work. Wait. Okay, I'm so nervous. I usually don't lie because you do the robot when I'm lying.
I know. Okay, so let's do the robot right now for a little bit. Let's try and get that out of your system.
Okay.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo domo. Hey, Cassidy, I gotta say, if you've never seen Styx live, the band who sings Domo Arigato, you gotta see Styx live. And I would anybody in this bakery, if you've never seen the band Styx live,
I haven't.
you gotta. The keyboard's on an axis, so he's spinning around the whole. It's incredible. Sorry.
He writes music reviews, so
I write music.
he knows what he's saying. Yeah, he writes music reviews. So
Styx is one of the
in
best
Vulture
live.
sometimes.
Yeah, I'm more of a freelance Vulture writer. I'm not contracted by Vulture in any way.
Yeah, they have a staff, but I think they don't. I think it's more of like a publication staff and not a creative staff.
Yeah,
So
I've tried. They refuse. I write for them all the time, but they will not contract me permanently.
It's probably because of the way that his language is just so gritty.
Yes.
I always say that his language is really gritty when he's writing about music.
Thank you.
It feels like scratchy inside my chest when I read sometimes his reviews. I'm like, ugh. I can feel the sound inside my arms and stuff. Styx. I've never seen them either. I feel stupid. I feel really dumb.
Don't feel dumb. No, yeah, don't. She's not dumb though. She's actually smart. She's training to become a professor.
Stop.
She is. She's training to become a professor. She's training to become a professor. So
most people just kind of be a teacher long enough that they become a professor. But I am taking this class from this guy on Instagram. It's called Professorize Yourself, and it's kind of about finding your inner professor. And oh my god, I'm sorry, but I am really stupid usually.
Yeah. So that's cool.
When it's not about other stuff. Yeah.
Guess how young she is.
Stop.
I bet.
What do you guys think?
Okay, I'm hearing a couple. I'm hearing 32. Wrong. 35. Wrong. 42. Way off.
That's so
69.
mean.
Oh, 69. That's a joke guess.
That's
wrong.
nice.
27. Closer. 27's closer.
That,
24. Ding, ding, ding. We're gonna call her 24. Thank you.
Thank you.
See, you're looking young, Cassidy. I told you.
I wish you didn't call out all the numbers afterwards. Some of them were.
Sorry.
I can hearing them too. And really. Thanks, you guys. Seriously.
Thank you. Sorry to disrupt everybody's breakfast at La Brea Bakery in downtown
La Brea
Disney.
Bakery, yeah.
We love it. Okay. Should we try and go break into this Disneyland?
But is that in the spirit of Disneyland? To break into Disneyland?
Yeah, I guess not.
I want it so bad. I want nothing more than to walk into California Adventures and be greeted by the friendly... Oh, now that I think about it, is he supposed to be a cop?
Ooh.
The guy who gives out tickets that are like, awesome job, like, great smile. Yeah, I think he's supposed to be a cop. Oh, sad.
I don't know who you're talking about.
He wears a tall blue hat. And he's like an old-fashioned... Everything in there is like 20s themed. Is this ringing a bell? And he's always like,
No.
hello! Yes, and he has a ticket pad with him. But he will like write you. Maybe not post-COVID, but at one point that was his thing. And he has a name. And it's not coming to me at the moment.
Are you thinking of Mickey Mouse?
No. Mickey Mouse wears his Newsies outfit on whatever that street is called.
On Buena Vista.
Buena Vista. He wears his Newsies outfit with his knapsack.
Listen, I know it's not the spirit of Disneyland, to break into Disneyland, but I do think it's the spirit of your life to be inside of Disneyland today on your 24th birthday.
Yes. We got to make a magic moment. We got to make the magic happen, you know? If the magic's not going to come to us, then we have to make the magic. We deserve it. I am going to Disneyland today. I'm going to try and make this manifesting thing. I will get into Disneyland. I am inside Disneyland. It is, what time is it right now? It's 10. It's 1 o'clock on today, and I'm inside Disneyland.
It's 1 o'clock on today.
Today.
And I'm inside Disneyland.
Disneyland. It's this manifesting thing I found online where you say, like, something in the future. Like, you're like,
Oh, yeah.
It is January
on Instagram.
2020. Yes.
Yes,
right?
the
So it's like,
manifesticize yourself.
Yes. Yeah, but I know that he made that course public, but I insisted paying him for it because I think that the way that he used Canva was really important. So,
Cassidy, I will say, I do think maybe we could have collectively more money if you stop paying for classes through Instagram that are just like one-on-one teaching sessions. Like I think you mentioned it earlier, but like I think you're already a teacher, so you just be a teacher long enough and then you will be a professor. I don't think you needed to pay to professorize yourself.
I guess I didn't need to. I just feel like I feel like I need to. Like, who am I to be a teacher? I'm like literally so stupid.
She's not. She's actually not stupid.
So that's why I feel like the professorize yourself kind of just like fell into my lap, where it was like, gain the confidence, see yourself as the professor. And like, I don't have any of those things. I honestly see myself as a 24-year-old.
And that's what you are.
I don't know. I guess I could stop paying for the classes, but I feel like then I wouldn't have any motivation anymore.
I don't think that's true. Motivate yourself. Manifest it. You should. I don't think you need to pay for the professor class and the manifesting class. I think you probably just need to pay for the manifesting class, and then you can manifest yourself into a professorial role eventually.
Yeah. You know, if manifesting works, excuse me, burp. If manifesting works, then why am I training? Right?
Agreed. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Like, wait. So if I manifest being a professor,
I'm following.
then it will happen.
Yes.
So why am I doing any training?
That's exactly what I said.
Oh my god. When you were saying it, I was like, why is he saying all these things to be mean? But now I understand.
I was saying them to be nice.
I'm going to text Ryan right now and tell him I'm not in for the professor eyes yourself course anymore.
Good. Bye, Ryan. That's the scene. Oh my god.
Woo!
Oh, was absolutely crying when we were just yelling at everybody in the restaurant.
Oh my god.
I realized later I had my head full of dirt.
That was so good.
Most of the time.
That was definitely, of any scene that you've done so far in this show, that was definitely the most where like I could see where you were and you were like interacting with the space, because I think like knowing that this is digital and knowing that it's ultimately going to be a podcast, not everyone takes the time or puts in the effort to like interact with their environment, and you both were very interactive. Like I was just loving Zoe like sipping on whatever the drink was.
Yeah.
Orange juice.
Yeah.
We were all wondering. The chat was wondering too.
Oh, really? Perfect.
Yeah, I will say I do feel like I feel like I personally neglect the visual experience when I am doing the improv scenes in these, and I feel like I'm usually as active visually as my scene partner is. So like 2 weeks ago Joran was on and he was very I actually think he wasn't even as active as Zoe was tonight, but like the more like Zoe was fully immersed in this, so I was also fully it was like just way easier to jump in on that. If you're listening to this as a podcast, come back and watch because
Yeah.
it was a scene to see, baby.
It really was. And
also, oh, go ahead, Val.
I was just gonna say, like, Jordan he's got so much energy. He always is just like pulsating, but he wasn't like physicalizing the space. He was just like, he's just a physical human being.
Yeah.
Like bopping around.
Yeah, that's the difference, I think, between them.
Love it.
Yeah, we talked a little bit at the beginning of this episode about Fair Dinkum, and we've talked a little bit about them in the past, and just you and I in a cafe and then talking to everybody else in a cafe. That's a scene I would love to see Fair Dinkum do. That team is so good at just like having a 2-person scene explode into a 100-person scene, and that just felt like it. That just, to me, that felt like where that was going. I love to do 2-person scenes with you, especially on that team, because I feel like you and I vibe in a way where that kind of naturally happens, where we both have this kind of pulsating energy, and then other people are attracted to that, and then it just like explodes and expands, and it's a big ball of improvisational fun that I love.
Yeah, we actually did do a scene like that a couple weeks ago, like and I remember we were like, we had like set up like Kennedy to be in, oh gosh, like another country. I even was the person who said the country, and I can't even remember what it is now. But Alex just tags in and is like, "Do you want some soup?" And then she's like, "Huh?" He's like, "Soup. It's the famous food of whatever country this was." And then like immediately I come out and I'm like, and everyone's like eating all this soup, and we're just like pouring soup into these bowls, and all of us are trying to do an accent, and none of us can do accents. So she like called. I'm just like, "It's a soup," wherever it was, and it was insane. But it was, it was kind of like that.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you are in Chicago and you have the opportunity to go see Fair Dinkum, you got to do it. And I'm obviously biased because I was a part of the team, but like it's some of the most fulfilling improv to do for me, but also to see as an audience member. I think it's very rewarding, the way that team plays.
Zoe, I have to interrupt because there's someone in the chat whose screen name or whatever is C Sparks, and they say, "Hello, Zoe. This is Doobs."
Oh, that's my sister's boyfriend's dog. Doobs. But
hello,
there's
Doobs.
a dog in our chat.
Yeah, I thought that when they introduced me to him, I thought his name was Goobs, so I kept calling him Goobs. And then my sister's like, "No, Doobs," and I was like, "Goobs?" He's like, "Doobs." I'm like, Goob? Like, I could not get it. And so, anyways, yes, now I know. Doobs.
Well, Doobs is watching.
Hi,
Like
Doobs.
I said, we love our fans of all walks of life, dog, human, or otherwise.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, that was great. I loved the way, for people watching, they could see you, but for people on a podcast, they're not going to be able to see the way you physically started the scene, Zoe. This is something Val and I have talked about nearly every week we've done the show, but I personally love when someone else starts the scene. And I started talking first in this scene, but I feel like this was another example of you started it because you looked devastated, and just the way that you looked, I immediately knew that, oh, I fucked up. This wasn't like a mutual, or at least that's how I felt. I was like, this wasn't a mutual, we messed up. This was like a, I blew it. I dropped the ball for Zoe. And I just love, even though you weren't like, you know, talking and, you know, setting up the scene, so to speak, your emotions immediately informed me of my character and what I should be doing. And that, that's just why I love to play with you, because whether you're speaking or not, it's always so clear, because you know you're wearing your heart on your sleeve, whether you're happy or sad or somewhere in between. It's always just so clear to me what I should be doing as someone in a scene with you. So that was great. And I just want people on podcast who are not going to be able to physically see how you started it, that you started off sad. And that's why I talked first. I never talk first because I never want to. I hate starting a scene, but I love jumping in second. And so even though I talked first, trust me, I was still jumping in second on this one.
Yes, that was very evident the whole time. If it was very clear, Zoe's responses were, or at least felt like they were coming from an honest emotional reaction to whatever had just been said or happened, rather than like what's going to be funny or like what should I say as this character. It was just like, I'm going to give an authentic response based on what was just said to me. It was like a masterclass in like listening and just responding to the last thing that was said. It was very cool to watch.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely my strength, and I think like in classes it was definitely not like seen as a strength, like when I was first taking improv classes and like learning how to do the thing. I wasn't always super successful at accomplishing like whatever the teacher was asking of me, to the point where I like really almost quit. But I did like, I find like people who are like, oh no, this is a strength, and I like, so whenever I'm like, especially now coming back to improv after so many years of not doing, or not years, so long, well, like a year of not doing improv, I think like that's my like thing I lean on, is just like responding as a, you know, like letting things affect me, even as they're small or whatever they are.
Yeah, I think it's, you can, it's so easy to like, or I think in theory it's easier to just layer on some wacky character, but then it's like a lot of times the response stuff isn't real, and it's like people trying to be funny. And it's actually a lot easier to just, whether you're playing a character or playing closer to self or whatever, regardless of that, you know, listening for real and responding, you know, for real. And those, the funny things in shows are like the real things that you stumble across. It's not like, you know, someone trying to set up some joke and like, here's my pun and I nailed it. It's like real moments of discovery between two characters or the two performers, or, you know, in the best case scenario is probably an amalgamation of both, where you can't tell where Zoe ends and the character begins.
Right.
But I think you're great at that. So I'm glad you're leaning into that, because I think you're totally right. I think it's a strength. It's a big time strength of yours.
Yeah, and I think too, like, there are so many big, powerful character performer people who are so funny and successful and good, and I think sometimes it's tempting to like want to be that way, or like, you know, be funny in that the same way they are, but like, if that will make you less funny if you do something that feels like unnatural to you, or like against the grain. Not to say that everything should feel comfortable when you're like performing. You shouldn't, I mean, you know, Fair Dinkum had a show last weekend that was only 3 of us, and, you know, not a lot of people in the audience, and it was definitely a little bit of a clunky ride, just sometimes that happens, but like as long as you're just like having fun and doing what you know you can do, like you're gonna be successful. If you're trying to be someone else, like I think when you get to Chicago, a lot of people, you can immediately watch them play and be like, oh, they watch a lot of Jim Carrey, or like they like Steve Carell, or like whoever it is, because they'll play exactly like them, and you know, you gotta be you.
I totally agree. I think it's I think you should always try and be inspired by other performers, whether it's in improv or, TV or movies or even music or, anything. But you should always try and use them as inspiration, not as like a template of how you should play. You shouldn't be like, oh, Jim Carrey's funny and liar liar. If I'm running around just being Jim Carrey and liar liar, I'm going to get all these laughs.
Yeah.
That's not, you got to be yourself. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Because
it's already
oh,
been
go
done,
ahead.
baby. No, I was just saying one thing. It's already been done, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Why be the second Jim Carrey when you could be the first Lil Zoe? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Also, little behind the scenes. I now live in Southern California, and I'm from Northern California originally. Zoe also used to live in Southern California. We are both frequenters of Disneyland and California Adventure. My story about trying to find my friend who was playing Goofy was real, and we found him eventually. And I was trying to think of a funny name, and then I was like, James Arroyo is his real name, and that's a funny name. So I just used his real name. I'm assuming the stuff you were saying about your friends telling you stories of how to dress and whatever as Disneyland cast members was also real, or based
Well,
in...
I didn't. They would tell me stories, but a lot of people I went to high school with worked at Disneyland, and I also worked at Knott's Berry Farm, which is another Southern California theme park. And you did enter with your costume on, unless like if you're a character though, or like in Knott's Berry Farm's case, if during Halloween Haunt, if you're a monster, you go into hair and makeup. And then you get all done up into your, like, they do all your shit there. But
thanks. But you enter and leave in your full Disney cast member outfit.
Yeah. When I worked at Knott's Berry Farm, I was going into my senior year of high school. And I also worked there going into my senior year of college. But going into my senior year of high school, and I got transferred to a different department, but something wasn't working out with my work permit, blah, blah, blah. I ended up, like, not working during Halloween Haunt, which I was, like, more than grateful for because I'm such a scaredy cat.
Yeah, same. I hate it.
Yeah. One of my really good friends, she did end up working during Haunt, and she was a ticket taker. And the outfit she had to wear was just, like, gigantic like prairie dress. If you've ever been to Knott's Berry Farm, it's like kind of like prairie themed, if you will. She had to wear this big prairie dress, and like it had like an under thing underneath it, not like a hoop skirt, but it had like a skirt underneath the like actual petticoat skirt, I guess. And you go to there's a wardrobe. Even when you're a lifeguard, there's a wardrobe. You go to wardrobe and they assign you all your costumes and stuff that you have to wear. And you have to like pay, obviously, if a costume you lose it or whatever. But she had to go like drive to work in her large ass dress.
Wait.
I literally just slapped the mic because how
I don't know.
How would you do that?
Wait,
but then everyone does it too, and they take pictures in their car of them like, and they have their like little name tags on and stuff. At Knott's, we were like so discount Disneyland that we were like,
yeah,
it's almost like oh like this is like the kind of the local spot because it's not very nice or fun. It's kind of dangerous, honestly. But everyone who worked at Disneyland was like so braggy about it because it was like very cool. And I knew some people who like danced in the parades at Disneyland, and that was like the coolest thing ever. And they had all these really cool like pictures because people like fans take pictures. Frequenters will take photos and like post them on the internet, like their blog or whatever. So they'd have like all these cool photos of them, and they'd always be like on the street or something like that. Oh my gosh, yeah. So you do have to go in your costume. Yeah, you have to go in your costume.
The local Southern California amusement park hierarchy.
Yeah,
we're figuring it out. I would say, obviously, Disney's number 1, Universal's 2, Magic Mountain's 3, Knott's Berry's 4. Would you agree?
Yeah, but Magic, like, Well, the Universal used to be all the way at the bottom. No one went there. You could get an annual pass for like $60.
Well, I was looking the other day, and let me tell you, that price is up.
I know. Well, because then they got Harry Potter World.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Really?
So
So
Magic Mountain is like a trek. It's so far away. I mean, it's like kind of far away. It's right there by the grapevine.
yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad if you got a car and you
Yeah.
live in Burbank. It's only
That's
about half an
true.
hour. Nia and I
Oh,
went.
Yeah.
Me and I.
Like, it's so far away. I'm talking about from Orange County.
Yeah. No, Burbank's kind of perfect because like everything's like half an hour away, and then Universal's is like 10 minutes from us. So
Yeah.
we kind of have access to all the rides.
Good
It's
for
pretty
you, yeah.
sweet.
I will say last time I was home was a big family gathering, and that was when I ran into you in the
Yes, that was incredible.
And one of my cousins, she lives like in Eureka, which is like the top of California, but now she lives in like Virginia or something. But she was like, "Will someone take me to the airport on this day?" And we're like, "Yeah, for sure." And she's like, "We're like, what airport are you flying out of? LAX, Long Beach?" And she's like, "Burbank." And we were like, "What the fuck?" We were like, "No." Literally like 3 hours to get there and like 3 hours back because of just traffic.
Uh-huh.
And we
Yeah,
went
if
with,
anybody-
like, 2 of us.
If anybody ever comes to visit us, we are literally like a 5-minute drive from the Burbank airport. So we're always like, please do not fly into LAX.
I know.
If you fly into LAX, that will be an hour one way and an hour back for us. Burbank, you'll be in bed by the time the plane touches the ground. Like
Good to know.
everybody note this. Zoe, you note this. If you're coming to visit me or Nia, fly into Burbank Airport. That's very helpful. We can easily pick you up from there.
Love. Cute. Bob Hope, right? Airport.
Yep.
And the Long Beach Airport's John Wayne Airport.
Oh, okay, cowboy.
Long Beach, not Long Beach, Orange County.
Yeah. Well, we could keep naming
We could
the
talk
Southern,
all day.
the Southern
Talk all
California
day.
Airport. Zoe, thank you so much for doing it. I was just straight up crying more than once in that scene. That was so much fun. Always love playing with you. If you are interested in seeing more of Zoe, you got to be in Chicago to do it. As I said, she's on Fair Dinkum. You can go to CICtheater.com and check out their schedule to probably see when Fair Dinkum is playing. I know.
Or their Instagram.
Oh yeah, or the CIC Theater Instagram. I will be in Chicago in 2 weeks, and I am playing with Fair Dinkum at Logan Square Improv on the Friday show, which I think is at 8:30 at Logan Square Improv in Chicago with Fair Dinkum. That's going to be fun. I'm very excited to do that and play with everybody again. Also, if you want to see Zoe, one of the all-time like wildest improv shows you could ever see is Saturdays at 8 p.m. also at CIC Theater. It's Felt. It is improv performed by puppets. It's incredible. Felt is an all-time team in terms of psychotic energy. You got to go see Felt. Got to go see Zoe. Zoe, thank you for joining me on I Love Improv.
Thank you for having me.
Also, if you would like to follow and subscribe to the Twitch channel, please do so. Or you can follow and subscribe if you're listening to this on the podcast version. Please do that wherever you are listening to podcasts. Yeah, are you pointing at the
I'm
subscribe
trying to
button?
point at the subscribe button. It's
Like
under
it's
Trent.
down here. It's generally down here. As Val was saying earlier, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to the Trident Twitch for free, and you get access to the Party Dolphin and all those fun things. Also, go to the tridentnetwork.com to check out more information on live shows like this, or podcasts also like this, or other web series and shows and stuff like that. Dix, the first ever Trident Network web series, is in the throes of its first season. We're on episode 6. Episode 6 just came out, I believe.
That's right.
How's that going, Val? Cool?
Great. So fun. They put a lot of work into that show. It's very cool.
Yes, it looks great. Everyone should watch it. It's fun. I think that's about it. Anything else I'm missing, Val?
No, just that if you do choose to subscribe or do any other monetary support, the reason that you're doing it is so that we can provide this platform for amazing folks like Trent, who put on these great shows and host awesome guests like Zoe. So if you want to support that great art and work, and continue to have this around, that is the best way to do it. But if you don't have the cash, which is totally understandable in these trying times, then you just being here is enough, and we appreciate it. Or if you're listening to the podcast, we appreciate your ears. Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate everybody, always, all dogs as well. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you to Doobs for tuning in.
Oops.
That's it. Have a great weekend or week or day or whenever you're listening to this, however you're taking us. Thank you, Val, as always. Thank you, Zoe. Everyone go see Felt and Fair Dinkum in Chicago. And remember, baby, I love improv.